day. Zena McLaughlin of Victoria is the reigning national champion. This is her teammate on the vault, Brooke Walker.
Brooke missed national championships last year through to injury, but she's back in fine form and opens with very nicely performed handspring front in piked position. Good extension, a little bit early tuck of the knees. Most important that the gymnasts open out before they land. Big deductions in that area if they don't. And the same vault again, except she adds on a half turn. So that's a higher start score for her. Good extension, half turn, couple of tenths deduction on the landing. Off direction, as you can see, and a step.
Well, a confident start for Brooke Walker. She picks up a 9.05. Now to the floor, and Heidi Picardi of Queensland.
Here's Heidi. You could say she's like a little pixie, fast worker. Nice double pike to start. Double turn through to a little Shushanova. You see that element performed often in combination with other leaps and jumps or turns, picking up bonus. Change leg side leap, and that little jump is called a wolf jump. And she does that with a full turn. Whip, 1.5 twist, punch front. Once again, those combination lines edging the start score up higher, closer to the magical 10. Tuck jump, 1.5, and a straddle jump, half to support. An attempt at a 2.5 twist, but I think we'll find the legs didn't get around far enough.
She's one of the younger competitors in this field. Neat little worker on the floor.
Yeah, she's made improvements in the last 12 months for sure. First line, good double pike, small leg separation in the second salto. Nothing too serious, but the judges are looking. And let's have a look at this 2.5 twist. Feet just getting around, I presume, but some deduction for the landing.
On uneven bars from Western Australia, Alana Slater.
So we'll watch the foot position. Really 1 and 3, 2.25 really, yes.
Well, she still scored in the 9s, a 9.062 for Picardi as we take a look at Alana Slater on the bars.
Yes, she's just halfway through the routine here. Scored 9.8 in the preliminaries. Very, very sharp worker. Hop full, very well performed. Immediate ginger. Look, those legs tight together. She's upgraded her quality. Giant. Full turn, has to stick the dismount. Yes, fantastic routine from Slater. Star on this apparatus.
Well, that was absolutely stunning. Alana really made her mark last year at the Commonwealth Games, gold medalist with the Australian team.
There's that ginger, legs squeezed together, so her form has improved tremendously in the last 3 or 4 months. Giant full turn, and she gets a bonus for the stick. It's an Australian incentive to try and get them to stick the route at 10.
Well, that is a first in Australian gymnastics. Look at the smile on her face. Unbelievable. Alana Slater with a 10, and now the pressure is on the reigning national champion, Zena McLaughlin.
Schenko full twist. So round up on the board, good contact and lift, a little bit piked in the air. Really needs to stay stretched in the second part of the twist. So you can see piking down quite a bit. That's the major problem. Has to perform a different vault on the second attempt. And tries the 1.5 twist, but running out of rotation.
She's doing it a little tough in this competition. She's a long way back after the teams event.
Yes, very hard to maintain your form throughout. Peaked at Commonwealth Games, and I think it's just going to take her a little bit of a while to get back to top form.
Well, a 9.116, but Zena McLaughlin still has a lot of work to do over the next 3 pieces of apparatus as we move to the beam. And Katarina Fruketic.
Fruketic is looking in good form. The impressive thing about Fruketic is the sharpness, the clean work that she does. Wolf 3/4, the sideways landings, tremendously difficult to control. They look a lot easier than they actually are. Flick, Corbett Flick, that's her series. Of course, one of the special requirements in the routine. Front salto, small step forwards, maybe a 0.05, 0.1 deduction for the lack of control. Corbett full. Really not showing anything much that the judges can deduct. That's a change leg side leap to support, attracting a D rating. If she could stick this dismount, a 0.2 bonus, special bonus. Oh, not quite, but very close.
Well, this is shaping up as quite a competition. All these girls starting very strongly in the first rotation. Katarina, of course, the 1996 junior national champion, aiming for her first senior crown.
Corbett full makes it look very easy. Lifting up very nicely, legs slightly apart, and good control.
And there's a score, it's a good one, 9.516. Back to the bars, and from Western Australia, Tam Lee, 15 years of age.
Endo, full pirouette, very nice combination there, straight through to Jaeger. Tam showing a little bit of unusual work in the routine. Free hip, well, should be full pirouette, just makes the half, but is covering now. Handstand half, giant half, through to Ginga, so she's covered the second half on that mistake on the free hip full turn. Giant full, needs to control the landing, not too bad.
Well, she looks disappointed, but nonetheless it was a good save from the young Western Australian.
Yeah, she's covered it well. Here we can see she's just short, so she's made a cover. The judges are not to know that it's a cover, but it will affect the start score because of some of the bonuses she would have gotten before, but makes it through to the Ginga. And let's have a look. Giant fall. Remember, if she sticks, she gets a 0.2 bonus. Not quite.
And Tam Lee scores a 9.0 on the uneven bars. Back to the beam, and Jackie Dunn, originally from South Australia, now training at the AIS.
And that is an original mount, round off, half turn to handstand. never really been seen before at international levels, so she makes it look so simple for such a difficult mount. The impressive thing about Dunn is she's really only been doing this optional program for a couple of years, so looking forward to seeing her continue her fast improvement as she masters the difficulty level. She's off the beam. Well, that's a little bit of experience for you. That's the flip and the second element called Onodi. Front summy, off direction, and really won't get the connection bonus between the salto and the changement jump. Straddle 3/4 to prone. See a lot of those straddle elements, as a lot of them attract a D rating. Combination dismount, cartwheel flick, double salto.
And she'll be disappointed with that. That's her pet event. She's picked up some placings in beam finals last year at the Australia versus Japan competition, also at the Chinese Taipei International, but not today.
Off direction and can't land that. And this front salto, if she connected it with a little changement jump, would attract a 1/10 bonus for the connection. Cartwheel, flick, good combination, double salto. Very hard to control those combination dismounts.
And an 8.8 for Jackie Dunn. Back to the vault. And Pauline Janecki.
Victoria Pauline Janecki.
Pauline opening with a layout Yushchenko. Doesn't attract a high start value, but she gets a good position, nice lift, good stretch, major deduction really on the landing. At this level, really should be sticking those easier vaults. And upping the difficulty for the second vault. So we have the Yushchenko entry. As she pushes from the horse, she does a half turn and a front layout in the second salto, and she really has fantastic technique, correct timing of the pirouette, and full stretch into the layout.
Well, this Victorian squad is so strong. Janecki with a 9.158. They won the team competition 2 nights ago, and surely one of the national champions will come out of this group. Melinda Cleland now.
Oh, what a magnificent vault. Handspring front layout, 9.8 start value, so that's going to put her in a good position. Good stretch, a little bit of a knee bend throughout, but it's taken her a while to get this vault consistent. She was having trouble with it later last year. Needs a different second vault. Beautiful half turn onto the end of it, and that is a 9.9 start value, so a great advantage. Most of the gymnasts really only having 9.5, 9.6 start values. So same vault half turn. Ideally would want to see a little bit more stretch right here.
Well, congratulations from her coach Fiona Bird, and a 9.675 will certainly help Melinda Cleland's cause. And now, the girl many think could be the new senior national champion. She's the reigning junior national champion.
And there's that handspring front layout. She has been performing it now for a couple of years, and you can just see a little bit better technique from her, stronger push, and completely straight legs throughout. There we are. Technique. technically fantastic. Don't see it performed much better than that. Same half turn out. The judges are going to have a lot of difficulty finding too much to deduct there. Same good stretch, maybe slightly piked, and of course the landing could be better controlled, but this girl is really world class, and I think good enough to perhaps look at making a final at World Championship level.
Well, she really wants this senior national title, and that's a great start, a 9.799. And after rotation 1, Trudy McIntosh is in the lead. You can see the scores there, 48.268. That's a combination of the team score plus this first rotation. Melinda Cleland second, Alana Slater with that 10 on bars is third, Katarina Frketic fourth, Brooke Walker fifth, and Pauline Charnecki currently in sixth position. We'll take a break. Don't go away. We'll be right back with more from the National Gymnastics Championships. Too much as we return now to this very tight, very tense women's competition. This is Brooke O'Brien from Victoria.
Brooke placed third in the junior division last year. Ginga, Pack, marred by the leg separations as she catches each of those, and a missed handstand half pirouette having to repeat. So Composition Lee will lose a bit in that area. Giant half, leg separation once again. Pull in back out. So O'Brien has upped the difficulty of her routine recently, but still needs to work on the leg form.
From Queensland, Jessica Hinton.
So here we have very high Ginga, good technique, and a Pack Salto. That's a 2/10 bonus for that connection as those two D elements connected together. Giant half, knees relaxed and separated, half turn out and back in, full out.
A few problems there for Brooke O'Brien, and the judges have scored her down an 8.9. Zena McLaughlin. This is her favourite event, but she really has some work ahead of her.
Front giant full, Healy turn, immediate piked Jaeger. So that combination well done. Struggling tiny amount on the cast. Giant full, giant half. Needs to do well on the dismount. Low, taking a few large steps forwards.
Well, certainly not the form we saw her in Kuala Lumpur to win the gold medal in the all-around at the Commonwealth Games.
There's that giant with the full pirouette. Healy turn, good stretch here. Pike Jaeger, full stretch on the catch, but not much more that she could have done. And see her releasing the bar a bit too early and having those troubles.
I think by the look on her face, she knows that national title is slipping away from her. 9.1 as we go to the vault, and Lisa Skinner from Queensland.
So a very clean Yushchenko layout as the first vault. Skinner coming back from having had some ankle problems and 3 months off after Commonwealth Games. So good to see her competing at all.
Well, she was considering retirement, so great to see her back out on the competition floor.
And layout, half turn front, not so good. Skinner is actually not competing floor in these championships, so she doesn't have an opportunity to win the title. Looks like she's contacting too low down the horse there. Yes, the hands are right down, so can't get good repulsion from the horse.
And her score an 8.708. Tamley moves to the beam.
You'd have to say this is Tam's specialty event. Look at that mount. Full twisting Corbett. And I think we've only seen that international level for maybe 1 or 2 gymnasts at the most. Series flip layout. Tam has such a beautiful presentation and style. Change leg leap, straddle jump half, slightly uncontrolled on the landing, maybe an 05 deduction. And once again, another original element never been performed at World Championship level. So Tam is one of the few gymnasts showing some original work in Australia. Wolf jump, Corbett full, good combination. And a little jump combination, once again making that sideways landing look so simple. And dismount cartwheel gainer with a double twist. And watch this mount, so hard to get that straight. And there's the little jump half turn, a little arm bend, so maybe a 10th off for that mistake, but a very difficult element to perform correctly. Has an E rating, and the double twist, just once again a tiny bit short on the landing.
Well, a very classy little worker on the beam, Tam Lee, and she scores a 9.583. Katerina Furkadic, after a good start on beam, moves to floor.
And a newly choreographed floor routine. Oh, yes, well done. Nice height on that full in, back out. Wolf jump, 1.5 turn. Front salto, whip, 2.5 twist, too short. So not only does she lose for the fall, but she'll lose for the connection bonus between the whip and the twist. Good jump combination. Can't afford to make another mistake. Yes, yes, good. Double pike.
And just that one problem tumbling line in there for Katerina Furkadic. Otherwise, very nice floor routine. She's had a fair share of injuries over the past few years. Good to see her back really at top form.
Yes, she is looking very healthy at the moment. You can see height on the takeoff. And let's see what the problem was here. She's fine there. The whip is good, but perhaps punching up a little bit too high and running out of rotation. Just a minor technical error with a major deduction as a result.
And she won't be happy with that score, an 8.862. Melinda Cleland, I should say, currently in second position.
Melinda's upgraded the difficulty on bars. Uprise half. Oh, wrong side of the bar. So she's just actually rotated the uprise too far and got caught short in reverse grip. No way she could cover for that. Continue the routine. So that's a major problem. Now she's repeated it, and this time she's on the correct side of the bar. Front giant, full pirouette, Healy turn, pike Jaeger. So second attempt performing that combination extremely well. And here's a new skill she's got to do: uprise, full pirouette. There's the half, and once again too much energy going up into that uprise, and she's landed on the wrong side of the bar. So Cleland blowing her chances here for taking out the all-around title. Be interesting to see if she actually attempts the full pirouette again. No, she's going to swing on. Dismount sky high, full in, back out.
That's an absolute disaster for Melinda Cleland. She was in second place. Certainly has lost all hope of winning this national championship. She'll be lucky if she can hold on to a medal. 2 falls when it's so tight at the top. You just can't afford to make mistakes like that.
And she's just really kicking the legs up too high there. And because she's in reverse grip, there's very little she can do to salvage that. And really the second one here where she's trying an uprise full pirouette, making the same mistake.
And for Cleland, just an 8.35. Well, Alana Slater is on a high. She scored a 10 on the bars. Let's see what she can do here on the beam.
Opening with a confident front salto changement jump. Change leg leap, change leg side leap to prone, so she's looking sharp. Now she's coming for her series. Had a problem, fell off in the preliminary round. Flick, Anodi, and once again the same problem. So Slater in trouble here now. She really needed a flawless performance to push for a place in the top 3. Full turn, one of the special requirements for the routine. Wolf jump 3/4, immediate Shushanova, but cutting that a little bit short. Slater showing choreography probably above the level of many of the other performers here. Good rhythm changes and a very stylish worker. All of it doesn't count for much if you can't stay on the beam. Double pike onto her feet, so that's important.
Well, a few errors starting to creep into this competition. Alana knew she could close in on Melinda Cleland with a good performance there, but she's blown that to some degree with that fall.
And there's the flip, perhaps turning a little bit early and off direction. That is a difficult series to do. Double pike dismount, good height, legs slightly separated in the second salto, and a step on the landing.
Well, an 8.9, she'll close the gap slightly, but not completely. Now, Trudy McIntosh, the pressure goes off her a little bit. Maybe, because this is her weakest event.
Trudy been struggling on this apparatus in training. Cast half, front giant half. Here comes the ginger. No. It's been the nemesis of her gymnastics because she's so strong on the other 3 apparatus, and she just has to work hard to find her swing on bars. She doesn't have a natural feel for it. And what a shame for her, because she's an outstanding performer in all other aspects. Cast full through to pack salto, picking up 0.2 bonus for that combination. Winding up the swing, full in, back out.
Well, the top 3 all faltering in rotation 2 here at these national championships. Trudy had a pretty big lead.
Here's the ginger. She just kicks it out too far. Plenty of speed, full twist, back out.
And an 8.716 for the competition leader. Rachel Kometko now.
Rachel, a newcomer to this level. A little bit of a late starter. I think we'll expect to see her a little bit more in form next year when she's had more of a chance to improve, and that's a good combination. Pirouette into the ginger. And full in back out, sticks the landing, picks up a .2 Australian bonus.
Well, the first Victorian to stay on these uneven bars.
Yes,
good job there.
Yes, there's the giant fall into the ginger, legs a bit separated. Handstand, underswing to the low bar. Good dismount. Start score not entirely high enough.
But for Kometko, an 8.933. Brooke Walker.
One of Brooke's strongest apparatus. She shows a nice variety in her composition. Some of the elements, not too many gymnasts performing. Toe on, toe off with full pirouette straight through to piked Delchev. Refreshing to see the variety. Stall to full, down to underswing to handstand. Front giant full, dismount, double front, yes.
Well, that's more like it. The Victorian coaches will be happy with that performance from Brooke Walker. Bars, her favourite piece of apparatus, and she showed us why today.
Here we have that toe on, toe off, full pirouette. Delchev, which is a late turn front salto, does it in pike position. Front giant full, good combination into the dismount, double front.
And a great score for Walker, 9.666. To the floor, and Elizabeth Wong.
Clean double pike. Excellent amplitude on that leap series. And likewise on that, the two wolf jump with full turn connected. One and a half twist punch front. So Wong doing very well on this routine. She's known for her clean lines, good precision. So Wong using a lot of combinations in the dance area to pick up those valuable bonus points. Double twist.
That's nice work from Elizabeth Wong, another of these young competitors making the move up into the senior ranks for the first time.
Yes, I think we'll find that next year when Wong has had the chance to pick up a little bit more difficulty, that we'll see her very competitive at this top level. 1.5 twist punch front, 0.1 bonus for that combination. And finishing with a relatively simple double twist.
And Wong scores an 8.687 as we take a look at the leaderboard after round two and some changes at the top. Trudy McIntosh remains in first position, but Alana Slater of Western Australia has moved into second. Brooke Walker third, and Melinda Cleland with that disaster on bars has dropped way back to fourth position, ahead of Katarina Frketic and Pauline Charnecki. Stay with us, more from the National Championships in just a moment. Final night of these Australian National Gymnastics Championships, and this women's competition is now at the halfway mark. Moving into the third rotation and opening up Zena McLaughlin.
And absolutely nothing wrong on that mount. Zena is just so good at it. The layout on and 2 flips in series. Wolf jump and a little chen, which is a tuck kick out to swing down. McLaughlin extremely experienced on this apparatus. Front salto, just maybe missing that connection. Has to be an immediate jump. Corbett full. Once again performs smoothly. Good leg form. Change leap. Change side leap to prone. Had trouble with the dismount in the first round. And she's taking a while, concentrating. Excellent. Stuck landing, 0.2 bonus, and that's the first smile we've seen from Zena.
It certainly is, and she has good reason to smile. That was a terrific routine. She really has been struggling all night, but has got it together certainly here in round 3.
So here's this trademark mount. Makes it look so easy. Front salto, just a little bit too much pause, and that'll be a judgment by the judges to see if they will award the connection bonus. And double pike, legs a little bit apart, but will get 0.2 bonus extra for the stick.
And certainly her best score of the night, a 9.65 for Zena McLaughlin. Katerina Frketic on the vault. Currently 5th all round.
Beautiful first vault, handspring front in pike position, and watch, she kicks it out as she does the half turn. Main deductions, of course, coming from the landing. 9.6 start score on this one, spots the landing. Different second vault required. Handspring front pike, once again good opening before the landing. 9.5 start score, stretches it. 0.1, maybe 0.15 on the landing itself. Deductions, but good amplitude.
And there's the score for Frketic, a 9.241. Lisa Skinner on the uneven bars. And this should be something special.
Scored well in the first round of competition. Eagle grip, half turn. Coming up, there's the 2 eagle grip. Second one with a half turn. Ginger. A handstand half turn. Counter swing, nice handstand on the low bar. That's great control. Giant fall. Back in full. Oh, that's a bit of a disappointment. Just misjudged that dismount.
Well, we said before she's been out of training for 3 months after the Commonwealth Games, so perhaps just a little rusty.
There's that good ginger. There's a giant fall and just not sharp enough on the kick and running out of rotation.
Apart from that, it was a very nice routine from Lisa Skinner. She scores a 9.15. Now, our first look at Rebecca Wilson. Unlucky not to be in the Commonwealth Games last year. She broke a bone in her ankle just before. Didn't have time to recover.
Cast half turn, front giant full, piked Jaeger. Beautiful work. Wilson has always just had superb bar work. Great feel for the apparatus. giant 1.5, straight through to dismount, double front. Tremendously difficult combination. She's laughing because she really was lucky to control that last combination. There's the front giant full turn, beautiful stretch over the low bar into the pike Jaeger. And we can see on this giant 1.5, just as she completes the half right here, leg separation, pulls it back into line and wraps the double front.
Well, this is her first competition since June last year, so it's good to see her back in a 9.516 for Rebecca Wilson. Linda Cleland really has to regroup here. 2 falls on bars. She can't afford any more errors.
Cleland has been performing extremely well on this apparatus in the last few competitions she's been in. Change leap, change side leap to prone, and she just has a real sharpness about her, dynamics in her leaps and jump combinations. Flip layout. Looking great physically as well. Seen a metamorphosis really physically since last year. She's matured so nicely. Change side leap, straddle jump half, Shushin over. And Cleland using these leap and jump combinations to great advantage. She's got fantastic ability with a straddle jump action. She has a double pike dismount. Very good. So Cleland putting the pressure on Slater with a great routine on Bean.
Well, it certainly was a good recovery, and this battle for the minor medals is really hotting up.
And there's that showing full split on both of those jumps. Yes, it's most important that if the gymnasts make a mistake on an apparatus, that they're able to regroup for the next one. Easier said than done, of course. And there's a double pike. Large step, but staying on her feet.
And a good score for Cleland, 9.633. Alana Slater, the girl currently in the silver medal position, and this is normally one of her outstanding routines.
Now, she did mess this first tumbling line up in the preliminaries. Whip, 2.5 twist punch front, just managing to get on her feet, so that's important. And the triple twist has to be controlled on the landing. It is. Third tumbling line coming up. Handspring double twist forwards. Oh no, she's fluffed it there, unfortunately. Wolf full combination. And a very, very important moment for her. She's going to have to stand this last tumbling line up. And just manages to do that.
Well, it's not quite the performance we're used to seeing on the floor from Alana Slater. Didn't look entirely comfortable out there at all. Normally there's a big smile on the face throughout the dance parts of the routine, and maybe just feeling the pressure a bit tonight.
Yes, it's just a technical error here. Not getting enough rotation at the beginning of the salto. One of only a few girls in the country performing that element. And double pike, just managing to stand on her feet.
Well, an 8.987, will that be enough to hold on to second? Trudy McIntosh on the beam now. She's got her grasp of well and truly on first place.
McIntosh is such a capable beam worker. Impressive acrobatic elements. First leap series, change leap, change leg side. Looks like she's on a 10-metre beam sideways rather than 10 centimetre. Just makes it look so easy. Flick, flick, lay out. Well, solid as a rock. And straddle jump 3/4 to prone. Trudy has a natural feel for this apparatus. Front salto, small bobble, perhaps worth an 0.5 or a 0.1 deduction, so nothing too serious. The dismount, extremely important for her, needs to be on her feet. Double pike, not only on her feet, but she's stuck it as well. And there goes another 0.2 extra bonus for her.
Well, can this girl compete? She always rises to the challenge. Another great routine here.
And one of the few girls in the country to have a series of 3 elements on beam. Good height. Fantastic landing.
And there's another 10. The second we've seen tonight. Trudy McIntosh with that bonus 0.2 for the stick on landing. Picks up the perfect 10. Well, it's going to be hard to top. Sarah Dravandi now on the bars.
And Sarah showing here that the Queensland program is so strong on this apparatus. 3 girls who are top uneven bar workers. Sarah, of course, being one of them. Eagle grip giant. Full pirouette back into eagle grip, immediate double front. So that's an upgrade for Dravandi in that routine. And she just makes those eagle grip giants look so easy.
And Sarah too on the comeback trail from injury to her knee ligaments and missed all of the last half of last year.
Very nice ginger from the eagle grip half turn. And here we go. Eagle grip giant, full pirouette back into eagle grip, immediate dismount.
And a terrific score, not a perfect 10, but close to it, a 9.7. Now the youngster, Rachel Kmetko. Pretty tough act to follow after her teammate, Trudy McIntosh.
And she's opening with a round-off layout to 2 feet. And a combination jump. Change leap combination, requiring a little bit more split than that to get the bonus. Flip series. Kmetko, one of 7 Victorian competitors at this level. Wolf jump 3/4. And a standing Shushanova. Pike jump, Chen combination. That's an acrobatic gymnastic combination. So also one of those special requirements, of which there are 7 different special requirements in the beam routines. Double twist dismount.
Well, a clean routine from Kmetko. One of our rising talents, and certainly a name we'll be hearing a lot more of in coming years. And a score, an 8.15. We stay with the beam, and this is Brooke Walker, the big mover in the previous rotation, currently sitting in third position.
Front salto, wolf jump combination to begin. Walker has a good record on this apparatus. Flick, flick. Lay out to 2. And that's a wolf jump half turn. Straddle jump half turn. Legs need to be slightly higher in that. So far so good. No wobbles in this routine. Double tuck. So holding it together now for Walker.
Well, she needed a strong performance, and she's done just that, because she knows the girl ahead of her, Alana Slater, has faltered on the floor.
And that's that series. Flick, flick, lay out to 2 feet. Good height on the dismount. Minor landing deduction.
She scores a 9.45 and moves in on Alana Slater and the silver medal. Brooke O'Brien, also from Victoria. Amazing depth in this program.
Brooke's a great little competitor. She just has a calmness about her in pressure situations. And choosing the same series as Brooke Walker. Ever so slight lack of control on the landing. Pike jump into the chin. And the ever-popular front salto changement jump. The Victorians really use that combination well. Two and a half twist, just about sticks it.
Well, the Victorians had their fair share of problems on the bars, not so here on the beam though. Another clean performance, this time from Brooke O'Brien.
Maybe a 0.05, 0.1 deduction there. And very hard to land two and a half twists. It's a front landing, a blind landing.
And the score from the judges, a 9.333. So here are the standings after 3 rotations with just 1 remaining, and Trudy McIntosh is looking untouchable in the lead, 66.984. But again, changes in the minor placings. Melinda Cleland has moved from 4th to 2nd in that rotation, ahead of Brooke Walker, who remains in 3rd. Alana Slater dropping back to 4th. Katarina Fuketic and Zena McLaughlin making her first appearance in the top half of the leaderboard. Stay with us. More from the Australian Gymnastics Championships in just a moment. As we get down to the serious business of rotation 4, Jackie Dunn.
Jackie has a very difficult bar program. Giant half hilly turn to Reverse grip. Small arm bend there into the Jaeger. Pack salto. So very smooth first half of the routine. Giant full. And Arabian double front dismount, sticks it and picks up the 0.2 bonus.
Well, that's a good way to finish off from the youngster, Jackie Dunn.
So here we have that little arm bend there as she pirouettes. Good stretch. And a nicely controlled straddle Jaeger. Giant full. Arabian double front.
And one of her best scores of this competition, a 9.65. Heidi Picardi on the beam for Queensland.
Change leg side leap into Shushanova. I'm not so sure she's connected that cleanly. Some of these connections, of course, come down to the opinion of the judges, as they should. Chains leg side leap to prone, a D element. Of course, we've got 5 ratings of skills from A to E, E being the most difficult. Chuck jump full turn, wolf jump, Corbett flick, and a nice little swing to handstand. Change leg leap, wolf half straddle jump. And once again, a small hesitation at the end of the salto and before the jump. Judges are very, very tough on those combinations. Cartwheel, double twist dismount.
Well, she won't be featuring in the placings today, but a big future ahead for Heidi Picardi.
Heidi just having a little bit of leg form problems in that flip layout series. There's the cartwheel, gain it, double twist, and short on the twist itself, so she won't get the D for that.
And her score just an 8.4 as we go to the floor. And Melinda Cleland, this for the silver medal.
Very nice pike pull in back out, well controlled. 2.5 twist punch front. Yes, that's a tricky part of the routine for her. Look at the amplitude on those jumps. Series of straddle jump full turns. Whip double twist. This point of the routine, it's so important that she's just concentrating technically, not thinking she's finished before she actually has. And I would say here she's one tumble away from picking up the silver medal, which of course she won in last year's junior championships. And there she has it.
Well, that should be enough for Melinda Cleland. She deserves the silver. She's been in great form of late. Finished 6th at the recent prestigious American Cup competition. And really we're seeing a changing of the guard here at these national championships. The juniors really coming to the fore.
And a tremendously high full in back out in pike position. Whip. Double twist. Not particularly difficult line, but just enough anyway. And the moment of truth, double pike, a little bit low on the landing.
Well, a 9.45, it should be enough. We'll just have to wait and see. Still a few more competitors to come. This girl, Trudy McIntosh, is about 2 points ahead of the rest of the field, so she'd have to have an unthinkable disaster to lose this gold medal.
And there's that full in back out in tuck position, one of the highest you see anywhere. Back-to-back tumbles, double pike. Oh, little stumble forward. Tuck jump double, Shushanova. That's a new little combination for her. It's actually pushed her start score up to a 10, which she previously didn't have. 1.5 twist punch front. Two straddle jump falls, or more commonly known as popers. Now, really, regardless of whether she's on her feet or not in this combination, I'm sure she's won the gold medal, but wouldn't it be nice to finish with a solid landing? And she does.
Well, Trudy McIntosh, you're looking at the new Australian senior champion, just 15 years of age and just one of a handful of competitors who have won junior and senior national titles in consecutive years. It's been a terrific performance from her tonight.
And there's that whip double pike, a little bit shaky on the landing. Sets that 1.5 twist up nice and high. And the final line, double pike.
What a way to finish off a 9.525. She knows she has the gold. This is Lisa Skinner.
Skinner is a very stylish beam worker. Oversplit on that beautiful change leg leap. Trip layout. And a small wobble sideways on that front salto. Perhaps a 2/10 deduction. Cat leap. Change leg side leap to prone. Combination bonus on that. And an elegant move up and back to the beam again. And a modified dismount, probably because she just hasn't had enough time to prepare her double salto. So a 0.2 deduction in special requirements for the simple dismount. Here we have the front salto. Moving right to the side here. Yes, I think she'll at least pick up a 0.2 deduction there.
Nonetheless, the 1996 Olympian is back on the competition floor, 9.083. Katerina Fekedic on the bars.
Giant full, immediate Kachev. And giant 1.5 through to underswing half. Very nice combination. Giant full. And double layout. Cleanly performed routine. Start score a little bit down. Not quite enough difficulty in there.
Nonetheless, this has been a really good national campaign for Katerina. She's been very solid throughout.
And she is pleased with herself, as she has every right to be. Fiketic, one of the cleaner workers on bars. There's that nicely performed 1.5 through to underswing handstand. And a double straight, just about stuck.
And she finishes off with a 9.166. Back to the floor, and Brooke Walker looking to make it a clean sweep for the Victorians. She is currently in 3rd position.
Whip double pike, well performed. And a solid performance there in that tumbling line. Brooke's a very good twister. Wolf jump 1.5 by with a turning straddle jump. She's coming up to her final line. Triple twist. Oh, and that's a mistake, a serious mistake for Walker. Just caught at an awkward angle on the landing, actually. The feet were far enough around in the twist to be counted as a triple, but just her hips pushing to one side and very difficult for her to recover and stay on her feet.
Well, that must be devastating for the young Victorian, because she's been in such great form tonight.
Well, there's the whip double pike in the opening pass. Front salto. Good 2.5 twist. And let's have a look at her hip position as a feet contact. Just off to the side, her knees buckle and a sort of inelegant fall. And here we go. A little bit short on the twist as well, actually, and just tumbling sideways.
Well, some nervous moments now for Brooke Walker, an 8.912. Will that be enough? She had a little bit of a break on Slater and Fiketic, but we'll just have to wait and see as Brooke O'Brien steps up.
Yes, bouncy Brooke on floor. 2.5 twist front, and unfortunately bouncing onto her seat in that situation. Very nicely performed triple twist. Straddle jump falls in succession. You'll see a lot of this straddle jump work because all the girls are trying to pick up their bonus points, and that's one of the most popular ways to do it. Whip double twist. Good double pike at the end.
Well, a problem early for Brooke O'Brien, but she's recovered well. She looked full of energy towards the end of the routine. It's been a long week of competition for these girls, so they must be feeling tired come this final rotation.
And there's that 2.5 twist punch front. She's just landing with her feet too far behind her and can't get a vertical takeoff into the salto. Feet way back and no chance to punch that salto up in the air. And adding the double pike into her program.
And the score for Brooke O'Brien, an 8.65. And now the girl who's about to lose her national title, Zena McLaughlin, and looking for a strong performance to finish off.
Whip double pike, looks good. Had a lot of trouble on this line in the preliminary, and that's good to see. 2.5 twist punch front onto her feet, so she'll be relieved about that, and I think you can see in her face that she's enjoying this routine a lot more than she did in the preliminary round.
She scored just a 7.8, which is unthinkable for Zena. I think it's been probably about 8 years since she's scored something like that.
Although McLaughlin is not going to be national champion here, I'm sure she's going to come back up in a couple of months' time strong again. She's certainly capable of that. Front layout, front fall. And a double twist. She's actually cut that back from her normal triple twist. So start score will be slightly lower, but I think it's better to play safe at this point. And nice to see McLaughlin from start to finish without a major error.
Yeah, she's a class performer. She stepped onto the floor knowing she'd lost the title, so she really did well here.
Yes, it's tremendously difficult to do, to remain composed and full of goodwill and putting maximum effort in regardless of the fact whether she feels she's going to be in first place or not. So you have to admire her for that. And double twist to finish. I'm sure she's going to be back a little bit later in the year in top form.
Well, of course, not just the national title on the line as McLaughlin scores a 9.275. These girls pushing for selection in a number of teams. But here are our final results. And Trudy McIntosh is the 1999 Australian champion, 76.509. A clear winner from Melinda Cleland, and Brooke Walker makes it a Victorian trifecta. Katerina Frketic in 4th, Alana Slater 5th, and Zena McLaughlin, the 1998 national champion, this time finishing in 6th position. After the break, we'll be back with the medal presentation. 29 Australian Gymnastics Championships, and we're about to crown a new national champion.
The Senior All-Around Individual Championship. First place to Victoria, Trudy McIntosh, 76.509. Second place in the All-Around Championship to Victoria, Melinda Cleland, 74.419. And in third place, also from Victoria, Brooke Walker, 73.806.
Girls, the trifecta, second year in a row. This year we've moved from junior up to senior. Melinda, you were a great contributor here, and you were at American Cup just last weekend. How did all that go, competing at nationals after that?
Well, it definitely helped my confidence, knowing that, I did pretty well over there, so knowing that I'd had a bit of, a support, I suppose, to how I was going to go over here. So I was just really happy to actually get in the medals and, just be part of our winning team.
Was it difficult actually competing last weekend, travelling and competing, backing up again this weekend?
Yeah, last week I was pretty dead and I didn't get that much training done, so this week's been a bit hard, doing training, podium training and stuff, but managed to cope with it all, so it's good.
Well, you certainly look fresh enough. Trudy, the team thing, you've got 7 Victorians in the senior ranks here, very, very good depth. Does that make a difference to your individual performances when you've got lots of, teammates around you?
It certainly does. We all help support each other really well. We encourage each other, and it helps a lot having them encourage me and that, and yeah.
And Brooke, you were very successful the year before last and the year before that. Last year was a bit of a patchy year with injuries. How hard has it been come back to this form?
Well, it's tough with anyone with an injury, but I've managed to get myself back up from a not so good year last year. And with the support of my family, friends and coaches, it hasn't been too bad. So.
Well, congratulations, girls. An outstanding job. 1, 2, 3 in the seniors, and good luck for the rest of this year.
Thank you.
And now to the apparatus medal presentation. On vault, the national champion from Victoria, Trudy McIntosh. In second place, from Victoria, Melinda Cleland. And in third place, from New South Wales, Katerina Friketic.
Trudy was really in a class of her own in this competition. Let's take a look at that winning vault yet again.
And the second of the 2 vaults, handspring front layout, half turn out, 9.9 start value, good dynamics off the horse, great stretch. There's the stretch, spots the landing.
The apparatus medals for uneven bars. In first place, from Western Australia, Alana Slater. In second place from Queensland, Sarah Travandi. And in third place from Victoria, Brooke Walker.
Well, this routine was really one of the highlights of the night. A perfect 10 for Alana Slater.
A very zippy worker on uneven bars. Very sharp in what she does. Only girl in the country performing this element here. Hop full, connecting it immediately to a very nice ginger. Good leg form. Giant full combination into the dismount, which she sticks. Slater used to have trouble on this apparatus a couple of years ago, but she really has consolidated. And she can take heart that she's now one of the best bar workers in the country and really should be competitive on the international stage as well. There's that ginger, legs glued together. Giant full, good leg form. And that all-important stick.
On balance beam, the apparatus awards. In first place, from Victoria, Trudy McIntosh. In second place, from Western Australia, Tam Lee. In third place, from New South Wales, Katerina Friketic.
And what Alana Slater can do, Trudy McIntosh can do too. This, another perfect 10.
Front salto, wolf jump. She's just got a cat-like ability on her landings. This is a really hard leap combination and just nails it. Must note, with both Alana and Trudy with these 10-0 scores in international competition, you would take 0.2 off the final score because there's a 0.2 special Australian bonus for sticking the dismount, but even a 9.8 performance, very rarely being seen at international level on any apparatus, so we're holding our breath and hoping that at World Championships these girls will be able to get into the finals. Nice and high. That's the only apparent error during the routine, just a little bit of lack of control at that point. And ideally speaking, on this dismount, we should see the legs glued together through both saltos, just a little bit apart on the second one, but that's being very picky. And here's that series building speed into that layout salto. Great landing.
In the final apparatus for exercise, our national champion from Victoria, Trudy McIntosh. And in second place, also from Victoria, Melinda Cleland. The bronze medal, also to Victoria, Brooke Walker.
What a competition for Trudy McIntosh. The team gold medal, the all-round gold medal, and 3 of the 4 apparatus gold medals.
So Trudy's obvious strengths are in the tumbling area. She's such a springy girl. Whip, double pike, just a little bit of a bobble on the landing there. One and a half twist punch front. And nailing the last tumble. Trudy, how does it feel winning back-to-back national titles, junior last year and senior this year?
I'm really, really excited. I never imagined to win the senior, so I'm really excited.
How was your training coming into this event? Were you feeling confident?
I had a bit of difficulty about 2 months ago, and yeah, my training's been, for the past month, it's been really good, and yeah, I was fairly confident coming into this competition.
And you cracked a 10 on beam, including a special bonus for a stuck landing. How does it feel to get your first 10?
It's quite exciting, but I had a little extra with that dismount. But it's just really good to actually see a 10 on the scoreboard. It was really great.
And does this compare in any particular way with your gold medal at Commonwealth Games? Is it similar or a little bit different?
Well, Commonwealth was like a whole different atmosphere and that, and this competition was great with the crowd behind me, and yeah, I think this competition was more, it made me more pumped, I think.
That's great, Trudy. And what are you looking forward to in the next few weeks?
I'm looking forward to the America trip, which we're going on Monday, and yeah, I think that's going to be great.
Well, congratulations, Trudy. I think you've done an outstanding job.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, special guests, we've seen a wonderful display of women's artistic gymnastics tonight. I think just about as good as any you'd see at any national championships anywhere in the world. Please join me in congratulating all of the gymnasts who've done so well. With the help of the Australian Sports Commission, we've been able to arrange an extensive range of overseas competitions and tours for our champion gymnasts and our national squad. And it's my pleasure to read you the names of those people who've been elected to the national squad and those of that squad who make up the OAP group. Firstly, Trudy McIntosh. Please stand as I call your name. Melinda Cleland, Brooke Walker, Katerina Friketic, Alana Slater, Zena McLaughlin, Pauline Karnecki, Rebecca Wilson, Jackie Dunn, Brooke O'Brien make up the OAP squad, and in addition the following gymnasts make up the national squad eligible to travel. Tam Lee, Elizabeth Wong, Michelle Hayward, Sarah Dravandi, Heidi Picardi. Congratulations, girls. Congratulations on a wonderful performance tonight.
We certainly have seen some wonderful performances. We hope you've enjoyed it. On behalf of Liz Chekovich, I'm Anne-Marie Carey. Bye for now.